Welcome to CorkCon today for July 17th, 2023. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now, including new details on Amazon's home internet service. It's getting closer to becoming a reality. Tubi responds to rumors they're going to start charging. And for the first time, over-the-air TV is going to be delivered by 5G and make it more accessible to more devices. We're going to talk about this and a whole lot more because it's been a very busy weekend in news. Hope you all had a fantastic news, or weekend I should say. But if you want to learn more about this news, you can check it out. Link in the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here or you've been here a while, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families, and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of cable TV. Let's jump into it, starting off with new details on Amazon's home internet. I have a full post that breaks down everything we know about this new service, including the launch date and testing dates that we should expect. Maybe in a year we could see people actually getting access to this new internet service. But according to a report from the Business Journal, Amazon will start building satellites to launch into space this year, and they hope to build as many as 5 satellites per day, and they already have contracts to start putting these satellites into space. Amazon's very excited about the prospect of offering home internet, very similar to the way that SpaceX does it with low Earth orbit satellites, that will be able to offer far faster internet than you may remember from older fixed satellite internet services, with much improved connectivity, streaming ability, even gaming from a satellite, and more. But this is a good news that Amazon is on track to start building satellites this year. They say they will test satellites next year and test it with customers for a commercial public opening of the service in 2025. We'll have to wait for details. That may seem like far away, but that's like a year and a half from now, right? And probably a year from now when we'll start seeing their early testing. They've already struck deals with multiple satellite launch companies, including, of course, Jeff Bezos' own Blue Origin, to start putting these satellites into space. Would not surprise me if we see the first commercial launch here before the end of the year. Even if it's not a mass launch, more testing, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these satellites hit space before we know it. All right, you may have seen across social media in our next story an image of what appeared to be an announcement that Tubi was going to start charging $9.99 a month to offer their what is now a free ad-supported streaming service to offer a paid version of it. Tubi has come out and said, hey, this kind of got wildfire. No, we are not going to charge. Tubi will remain 100% free. One more example of what you see online is not necessarily what you can trust. But good news, Tubi is 100% free and will remain 100% free ad-supported content. Now, one of the big issues here, even if they wanted to, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, they should charge $5 and get a free ad-free version, their licensing deals probably don't allow that. A lot of these companies license content to Hulu, Netflix, etc. as an ad-free option or limited ads, and then they license a free version of it with a lot more ads to like Tubi, Crackle, Pluto TV, etc. Now, just because they have a license to show it with ads doesn't mean they necessarily have a license to show it without ads. So keep that in mind. Just because they want to, they probably couldn't with their current licensing, at least not for their full catalog. But very good news, no, Tubi will not be charging $9.99 a month. You may enjoy Tubi going forward, 100% free. And honestly, it's a really good service if you haven't tried it. It also even streams the local news from local Fox affiliates. Check that out. All right, let's keep moving along. For the very first time, the FCC has approved the ability to offer free over-the-air television with your antenna via 5G. Now, a WWOO TV in Boston has received permission to start low-power 5G testing, which will allow them to deliver free over-the-air television through 5G to devices like TVs with the proper chipset, phones, tablets, laptops, and more. Now you'll be able to watch free over-the-air television through your phone thanks to 5G testing. Now, this is in testing still, but it's going to go live. They're going to publicly test this out here in Boston, and they have until January 2024 to complete the testing, so about 6 months or so. And it's a great news. I love this. It brings free over-the-air TV to more devices. As you're in your car or on the go, you can grab your phone and watch free over-the-air television. It's something really cool. There's also a lot of talk that this could offer better reception, better options, and more to basically bring ATSC 3.0 to your TV using 5G. We'll see how this all plays out. Now, one of the cool things here a lot of people are excited about is if this works and if they're able to use 5G, then they could free up some more broadband spectrum for 5G and for internet. TV stations use a lot of spectrum to broadcast that a lot of companies would love to get their hands on to do things like wireless home internet. So we'll see how this all plays out, but I'm actually really excited about this primarily because I like the idea that it'll be able to be available not just in your home through your TV, but also on the go with your phone, tablet, laptop, etc. if it has a 5G chip built into it. All right, let's keep moving along. The Bally Sports drama won't end. Today we'll find out what's happening with the Diamondbacks. There's a court hearing today. We'll have full coverage over at corecardsnews.com. But Major League Baseball has asked the court to take back TV rights. We talked about that last week. The court's going to rule on that today. But they also had a deadline over the weekend to pay the Reds, and if they didn't, they were going to lose the Reds. Well, according to a report from an ESPN reporter, the Reds have been paid and will remain on Bally Sports for the rest of this year. Good news, bad news, depending on your point of view there. Some people are excited about that. Some people were really hoping that Bally Sports would lose the Reds and it would go back to Major League Baseball like the Padres did. Now, the Twins' contract is up at the end of the year. Major League Baseball is hinting that they may, instead of trying to license that to somebody else, they may just take those TV rights back in-house like they did with the Padres and license it, produce it, and manage it themselves. We'll keep a close eye on that. Very possible that Major League Baseball may stop renewing contracts with RSNs and may just take it all in-house. We'll see what happens. All right, let's keep moving along. There's a lot to cover still. Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery are still suing each other over South Park. Now, Warner Bros. Discovery, now called Max, has a streaming service now called Max that has streaming rights for South Park. They are upset because they believe all South Park content per their contract should be on Max. Paramount created 2 specials and that they put on Paramount Plus and marketed, and they that were exclusive to Paramount Plus and not put on Max. Warner Bros. Discovery has stopped paying Paramount, but still has been streaming the South Park episodes because they say Paramount's in breach of contract. Paramount says your contract only allows you to have the TV episodes. We retain the rights to any special movies, extended episodes, of whatever. Be interested to see how this plays out. But there's a very aggressive lawsuit. Both sides are following additional court documents this month. If you want to read some of their arguments, I'll put a link to it in the show notes down below. But it could very well decide the future of South Park here on the different services. Apparently, Warner Bros. Discovery, one of the more interesting things I found from this, is paying $25 million a quarter to Paramount to have South Park. They're a little upset that Paramount Plus is advertising that they have South Park, when really the episodes are on Max, but only the specials are on Paramount Plus. It's interesting. Look for these lawsuits to become more common. Streaming wars are heating up, and the bickering between them is probably going to become more and more common. All right, speaking of 5G in our next story, I thought this was kind of a cool one. Now, Ericsson has successfully tested a solar-powered 5G tower. The idea here is they have built-in batteries. During the day, the batteries are charged by solar panels, and the 5G cell tower runs off of solar power. At the end of the day, it runs off the batteries when the sun sets, and then they recharge through the day the next day. Making 5G a lot more green. 5G pulls a lot of power. There's a lot of excitement about this, that they're successfully able to build this. Even if we can't take all the towers off and make them solar, but if we could take a good chunk of 5G towers off of the power grid, could significantly help the power grid and could significantly help improve the current situation with 5G internet demand, making it more green. I love this because it also means that when power is out, there's a massive natural disaster, these cell towers in theory could just continue to run because they're self-sufficient with it. It's a really cool feature there. We'll have to keep a very close eye on this, but maybe look for 5G becoming a lot more green in the years to come. All right, next up, deal of the day. If you are an American Express customer, you may want to check your email. They are offering $9.99 back on the Disney Plus bundle for 6 months. The way this works, if you're invited, you have to enroll into it. But if you pay for your Disney Plus bundle through American Express, every month for 6 months, you'll get $9.99 back. Really good deal if you're like me and already pay for the Disney Plus bundle. Why not get it through your American Express and get 6 months back for $9.99? That works out to $59.94. A really good cut back on the cost of your streaming. Check your credit card offers. I'm increasingly seeing streaming offers on credit cards. Unfortunately, I can never decide how they figure this out, because one American Express customer will get the email with the offer, the other won't. But check it. See if you do. Check your email associated with your account for the last week. See if you got an email from American Express offering you this deal. If you have another card, check your rewards offers. You never know what you're going to find in there. Great way to save a little bit of money, or at least get a little bit of money back. Speaking of Bally Sports has officially lost rights to the Phoenix Suns NBA games. Now, the Phoenix Suns and the WNBA Mercury have earlier this year announced that they struck a deal with Gary Television to offer their games free streaming online in market and free over the air through Gary-owned television stations in those markets. Now, Bally Sports objected to it, saying their contract allowed them to have a chance to basically outbid the offer. But now Bally Sports has said, never mind, we don't want to outbid that offer. We're going to let them go. So starting right now, already, the WNBA games are streaming for free online, or will be soon, and are airing for free over the air. And this fall, the Phoenix Suns games will be free over there and free in markets. Now, if you lived out of the market, you're still going to pay for NBA.TV, or NBA TV, whatever you want to call it, or League Pass, whatever that service is called. Somebody remind me. MLB.TV. Is it a League Pass? Remind me. Total dyslexic moment. But good news for cord cutters there. More sports are coming back free over the air, free streaming online, at least if you live in that market. All right, last story up of the day. Disney Plus is still not profitable. Bob Iger says he has reportedly says, according to reports out there from the Wall Street Journal, that in September 2024, they hope to make Disney Plus profitable, but they didn't say how. We already know that Disney's announced a price hike will be coming later this year for Disney Plus. They already announced that they're cutting content, but does it surprise you? It's my question of the day. Does it surprise you that Disney Plus is still not profitable? Paramount Plus isn't also. Many streaming services are not profitable right now. Does that surprise you? Leave me a comment, let me know. Well, that's it for today. Take care, be safe. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Take care, everybody.